Panther Nation Podcast. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, cut it. Cut right. And I would like to introduce one of the hottest podcasts in Carolina history. Let's go. Yeah. Talk, let's chat. We got time to chop it up. Talking analytics and fantasy draft. You know what's up. Panther Nation representing, cause this is where we talk that. Talk that's so incredible, make them rewind that talk back. Pause. Talking Panthers football, we discussing it all. On and off the field, you know exactly who to call. You know we the #1 podcast. Competition is non-existent, you need to stop that. Pause. It's an honor to be a Panther fan. Pause. At Bank of America, that is where we ball. Coming to the jungle, then you gonna feel the pause. Winning the trophy for the city, it is the call. Black, white, and blue, we going Carolina strong. And this is the conversation where everyone belongs. Discussing all the numbers and topics, you know we got it. We the hottest podcast and we poppin', let's go.
QueenCityPodcastNetwork.com.
Yo, what's cracking, Panther Nation? It's your boy Rashad, one half of PNP. Dave is not going to be here today as his daughter's doing some senior stuff for graduation. Shout out to Devonna for graduating. You know what I mean? That's dope. I feel old though. But anyway, shout out to Dave. He'll probably react a little bit later. But I do want to do a couple of mic checks. Make sure y'all can hear me okay, number one. And then number two, let's make sure we get the sound appropriate, because we want to make sure that the sound is good so that we can hear everything. You know what I mean? So let me see here. Share system audio. Let me get rid of my Discord, because I know how y'all get with that. All right. So we got the blueprint up here. We changed my background here. My background and stuff, right? Yeah, I mean, exciting times. Love the blueprint episodes, man. It's good stuff. Blueprint is always fun. So let's do a quick mic check on just to make sure y'all can hear. We don't want no hiccups. You know what I mean? We don't want no hiccups. We'll do E40 tiny desk real quick.
Support for NPR music comes from Capital One, presenting sponsor of the 2025 Tiny Desk Contest. What's in your wallet? Learn more at Capital.
Just making sure y'all can hear from my screen. We good? Y'all can hear that? Good stuff. All right. Well, just wanted to make sure that was all good. Perfect. Mic check. Sounding good. We'll get rid of this, and we'll just keep the blueprint up as we prepare for this thing, get ready to drop in the next 12 minutes. Now, I do want to, quickly talk about this article that was released prior to this blueprint episode, which is a nice little setup. I got to give the Panthers a little bit of props here. They're setting this thing up pretty good here. They're setting this. They're setting up this blueprint episode. They're hyping it up, doing a great job. And one thing, I don't know if you all had a chance to look at it, but this Inside the Draft Room article that came out, they went into detail about how the Rams were interested in that pick, on the number 8 overall pick, and they talked about the haul. And I'm sure we'll see a little bit of that tonight. I'm sure we'll see a little bit of the conversations. They released a clip about it. That was dope. And so I'm excited. Hopefully they go into a little bit more detail about it. But the Rams were apparently, they wanted that pick, and they wanted to get it, and they were trying to be aggressive like they were in 2024. If you can recall, we got additional second round pick and a 5th round pick last year when they traded with us. So, obviously with it being a 1st round pick that they traded up for, or were potentially looking to trade up for, we would have got a bigger haul. And the Rams typically don't keep first round picks. So they're not afraid to get rid of their first round picks and whatnot. We've seen them do that several times. So it would have been no surprise for them to trade up and get rid of their first round picks, future first round picks and whatnot. But obviously they took a step back and everybody essentially took a sigh of relief. Everybody in the draft room wanted T-Mac. They wanted T-Mac. They wanted him very bad, and they wanted him so bad that they were happy that a trade that they could not refuse did get offered. They were happy about that. They were so happy about that pick, about that trade not occurring because they wanted T-Mac so bad. So that should tell you a lot about how they feel about T-Mac, and because that's crazy. If the Panthers were not happy about getting a major haul because they wanted T-Mac so bad, that tells you a lot. That tells you a lot. Again, the article said, Morgan hoped that the trade will fall through because he didn't want to risk losing T-Mac. They did not want to stray away from the plan. I think you're going to see that tonight. They did not. They had a plan in place. They did not want to go away from said plan, and they executed. So the question is, the question I got for the chat. Now y'all can feel free to just answer in the chat. How much would it have taken you to come up off that 8 pick and be cool with not having T-Mac? I'm talking about 2 first-round picks. How much would it have taken for you to be like, all right, we got to take that? Because the Rams, let's look at the Rams draft capital that they had. The Rams had, let's see. Let me look up what they had. Let's see what they had here. That's not a good site telling me. 1 second. All right, the Rams had, I don't even think they had a first round pick this year. Let me see. Yeah, they didn't have a first round pick this year. That's probably why it wouldn't have happened. But they did not have a first round pick. They had a second round pick number 46. They took Ferguson, and then they had a third round pick. They took Josiah Stewart. They had a 4th round pick. They didn't really have nothing to give. You're not going to take number 8 and not give me another. That bag would have had to been stupid. So I see why that didn't go down. Oh, they traded out to the Falcons. Okay, my bad. They had 26. Okay, good catch. Good catch. They traded out. My bad. I wasn't paying attention to the Rams, so that's a good catch by y'all. The chat saying they had 20-something. Yeah, I'm good. I wouldn't want to trade that far back. Good catch, y'all. I appreciate that. Traded out a 26 and they traded back. Okay, I don't know, bruh. I don't know, man. I don't know about that one. And then the Rams are solid too, so their future picks wouldn't have been that great. Yeah, it would have been another 20 something like that. So we wouldn't have, saw the return like that. So I guess I don't know. I'm cool where we are, and I'm glad they stuck with the plan. But that article that was out, the Inside the Draft article, was great, well written, and I think it set it up pretty good. Obviously it goes into more depth about the Brant Tillis and Dan Morgan dynamic. They had some good stuff going there. Again, there's accountability between the two. So I like this duo, and we wanted to see this. We know how good Brant Tillis is with the numbers, right? His contracts are doing well. We're starting to see this front office mesh, and I'm hopeful that we see this come together in this video, right? In this video, I hope that we see it all come together and get the behind the scenes knowledge as to what happened and how it went down. You know what I mean? But so Dan was asking for a lot. He was asking for a lot, and he was hoping that they didn't take it because he wanted T-Mac. So yeah, he said there's nothing the Rams could have. I feel that. There's nothing the Rams could have gave me. I feel that. Because again, it 20-something and then probably another 20-something next year. it just, I don't know. Maybe if we had like a top 10 pick next year and a mid-round pick this year, it maybe would have been more valuable. But I don't know, bro. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, going all the way back to the 20s, it just didn't. It wouldn't have made sense, bro. They would have had to give up that plus, a second plus another second. It would have had to been 2 first-round picks, 2 seconds, bro. It would have been had to be highway robbery, bro. Highway robbery for us if we would have traded back with the Rams to go back to 26. That's just too far back, way too far back. So I'm with it. So somebody's asking what we're talking about. We're just talking about the article that went down that was put out by the Panthers prior to this episode coming out. Again, the Panthers are doing a great job with hyping it up. The clips coming out on X and Instagram, wherever they're dropping it, they're doing a great job. Then they also, in the article, they talk about how they went with the edge rushers after they went T-Mac. We had a first round grade on Scorton. So that's great when you got a first round grade on a guy and he falls to you in the second round. That's always a plus. Tillis has some trades mapped out with fallback scenarios just in case, to avoid panic or desperation. They had a clear goal with getting physical. We need some physicality. We needed youth up front. So they accomplished that. They had goals, man. It seems like they accomplished a lot of their goals, which is hard not to see why the Panthers are excited about their draft. If they checked all the boxes like they say they did, you can see why they're excited for sure. You can see why they're excited. And again, it talks about trusting the process over flash. They're trying to win now and later. So let that sink in for a second. Because a lot of us get frustrated about how things work out and we don't do certain things in a moment. But the Panthers said they are trying to win now and later. So you have to accept this youth movement that's occurring. That's important. You have to have that vision. You have to have that foresight. And that's what I always talk about when I'm talking about the salary cap and all these moves that we make. It's not just about the moment. You got to think about what's going to happen 2-3 years down the road. And it appears like the Panthers are starting to do that. There's no more voided contracts. There's no more, dabbling into the future. They're starting to do this thing the right way. And I'm excited for it. They're doing a good job. They're doing a really good job so far. Now, with all that said, you can have all this stuff work out, but at the end of the day, it has to translate to the field. So Tillis, Dan Morgan, both of y'all are doing it. Y'all check y'all boxes, but now it's time for Canales to put in work. You know what I mean? So if Canales can check the boxes, Canales can do what he needs to do, then this thing will start to work out. And that's why we're getting all the public fodder behind the Carolina Panthers. ESPN's out here giving us predicting a winning season, and they're liking what we're saying. They're liking that could potentially challenge for the division. So everybody's starting to come along to the Panthers. The winds are starting. The tide is starting to turn. So we can feel it. We can feel it for sure. For sure. Have I seen bearded Bryce? I see some pictures of him. Yo, I don't know what the bearded Bryce it means though. What is he going? Is he doing that until they win the Super Bowl? Is he trying to make a statement? Is this one of them statement beards? They're not gonna cut their beard till they make the playoffs or something like that? What they doing? I hope it's something like that. So salute, man. Tony P says, do I think we have a real shot at Ramsey? It's been quiet. Not much been said around the league. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think if we wanted him, we could get him. I think that, again, you got to go back to the question that I just said, or what we just talked about, winning now and in the future. Does he fit both of those? He is getting a little bit older. It doesn't quite fit with what the Panthers are doing. If you look at, again, and that's not saying I don't want him, because I do want Jalen Ramsey. If you can find a way to get Jalen Ramsey, I want it. But all I can say is that, bro, like I can see what the Panthers are doing. They're going younger, and I don't know if Jalen Ramsey fits that bill. I just don't. I can't say that he does. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope we do. I hope we get him though. What would I give for Ramsey? I don't know, because again, his contract is so big. I don't think it would require much for us to get him. I think maybe like a 4th or 5th round pick. You'd be surprised how cheap it would be because his contract is so big. He just got paid not too long ago, and that salary is huge. So taking on that cap is a lot, and in turn giving up trade compensation, draft picks. That's not going to happen. You're not going to get a 1st round pick and take all that money. So I think what teams are starting to wait it out. They're starting to wait to see, is he just going to get cut? I think that's what's happening right now. That's why it's been quiet. I think that's why it's been quiet, for sure. All right, things should be getting going in a minute. Said it hasn't started yet on my side. Let me know if it started on your side. Nothing has started on my side yet. I'm going to refresh real quick. I'm going to turn it back up in a second. Can we get a mic check? Can y'all hear that little boring music? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if y'all can hear that. All right, we good. All right, I'm going to turn it down for right now. It's going to mute that because that's kind of boring. We'll get it back going as soon as, as soon as it gets going. I'm going to turn it down. Who's going to be my biggest standout in the draft class this year? Well, hell, I hope it's T-Mac. But I like Scorton too. I think Scorton, I think Scorton is going to surprise a lot of people. And I also like, I'm curious to see how Princely turns out. But I think a lot of people are going to be, especially Mitchell Evans. I think people are going to be surprised with Mitchell Evans. He's about to get a nice little opportunity due to the fact that Tommy Trimble's out. I think he could surprise some people. Jimmy Horn, but I like this entire class, bro. I do. But standout to me means the best player, and I gotta go with T-Mac. I gotta go T-Mac, to be honest with you. All right, we're gonna get this thing going all the way up. Let's get it. Blueprint time.
T-Mac, it's good to meet you, brother. Where are you from?
I'm from Hawaii, but I grew up in Orange County, California.
What area?
Costa Mesa area.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, right.
I'm from Carson, so.
Okay. Nice. There you go.
We want to hear about your football story, you becoming you early on, through high school, and your development that way, all the way through Arizona.
Yeah, went to Servite, not knowing anything about, modern day. Bryce Young whooped our ass on ESPN.
That's dope.
I mean, you got Bryce, so Bryce a Cali kid too. Hopefully, instead of him whooping my ass, I'm gonna be on this team this time.
New place, new quarterback. What are some things that you guys did that you want to bring to the next level?
I would just say building a relationship with not only the quarterback but the other receivers, see what their thought process is, see what the quarterback's thought process is, what he's thinking, see what he would rather have me do. At the end of the day, the quarterback's right, so it's my job to make him right.
Fire, bro. They do such a good job with these, man. Yo, that's no fire, bro. Oh, that's dope. Lit up. Keep pounding the drum was fire.
Good? Yep. Good.
Here we go.
17-0 in the chat already, just off the intro for the blueprint. I like it.
We're back.
Kool-Aid sipping.
You're up. Oh, I know.
If you could introduce your name and your title.
Brant Tillis, Executive Vice President of Football Operations.
Oh, Dan's going through the gauntlet.
I the 2025 NFL Scouting Combine right now, joined by Carolina Panthers General Manager Dan Morgan in the house. Dan,
thanks
how
for
you
having
doing,
me.
man?
Doing great. Doing great.
Great to see you, man. Keep crushing.
The biggest challenge that we have, first and foremost, is to find our best and to find a way to win this division so we can set ourselves up for a run.
A lot of work is ahead for you this week, but I hope at very least you have some fun.
I think it's really the initial time that you really get to sit down for the first time with some of the guys that you watch throughout the fall.
Dan Morgan, the GM, in his first draft was aggressive.
You know, you never want to just draft bodies. You know, you always want to draft the best available players.
We can find out while we're at the combine what's going to be available at the draft.
Come on in.
What's up, Bob? Jared Kirkson.
Dave Canales, nice to meet you.
So, Dan Morgan, nice to meet you.
All right, man. Want to talk some football?
Do it. You know, when we bring these guys in the interview setting, you know, it's finding out about their football story and how did they first come to love football.
A big thing for me was just a legacy. I kind of just wanted to finish what I started at Arizona.
And just get to know them a little better, not only as players, but as people.
It was just like a very great pivotal point for me to, you know, be able to be a football player, you know, go to school and not have to worry about those external things.
I was 9 once I started playing football. Really after then, it was like an independent journey for real.
Getting to know these guys more intimately as people.
I was born in Nigeria, but when we initially moved to America, I was still a baby at the time.
Because if you're going to miss on a guy, it's usually because you don't know the guy good enough.
Any little thing that I can do to beat my opponent in front of me for 4 quarters.
You feel good about the guy that you're bringing in as a player, but sometimes you miss on the person. So we try to be as thorough as possible there. How you guys doing?
Anything in the morning.
You know, just thank everybody involved in the draft process. A lot of good collaboration, communication between everybody. You know, excited to just continue building and adding competition to the roster. You know, we're going to be able to introduce our first round pick next Friday, keep pounding drum and just kind of introduce them to the fans.
That suggests, Dan, that you're definitely going to pick in the first round.
Yeah, we're going to be there.
How comfortable would you be in a potential trade back scenario?
I don't really want to get into specifics on like where I would trade back to, but you know, I think all options would be on the table.
Welcome to the 2025 NFL Draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Round 1 of the NFL Draft starts tonight, and fans all over the country are eager to see who their favorite teams will pick.
You know, I think anytime we go into the draft, you know, we want to draft the best player available. So what we did in free agency, it definitely set us up to take the best guy.
I think they need another young wide receiver in this room, maybe learning behind Thielen.
Trade down if you want to, maybe get a few picks and then pick a guy.
Jalen Walker from Georgia.
I go wide receiver and go all in with supporting Bryce Young.
There was this clear thought that we were going to pick a defensive player at 8.
This team needs to draft and build up their defense.
And then we had an idea of where players were going to be available. You know, going to use that to our advantage.
People think like draft day, it's so stressful, but you know what? Like we put the work in, we feel really confident about our evaluations and what we do. I think draft day is just like, it's a fun time. We enjoy being together and just kind of talking, and it's part of the fun.
What do you think's going to happen?
I think 7 players are going to get picked before we pick.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
8. Travis.
Oh, that's right.
Brant's my right-hand man. We talk every day about 50 times a day, always strategizing, always bouncing ideas off each other.
What would you take to trade Cleveland won the draft?
He's always going to have that voice of reason. He's not afraid to share his opinion, so just to have him there and, you know, and not have a bunch of yes men in there, it's great to have him.
What kind of socks do you have on?
These are donuts. This is the most thoughtful gift I've ever received in my life.
Why?
Because my daughter went to the Hanukkah bazaar at our synagogue, and she was given whatever it was, $20 to get gifts for everyone. And so like she walked around and picked out a pair of donut socks because she knows that I like donuts. We go out for donuts together, and she knows I like to wear fun socks.
The 2025 NFL Draft is now officially open.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here we are with the Titans now 30 seconds in. This should be Cam Ward from all intents and purposes.
So whenever you trade out of a, you have to assume that that's whoever we want. Okay? You're going to have to decide what you're going to take.
No, that's what I'm saying.
To pass up our guy.
It has to be up, like above and beyond.
Yeah.
We're not just going to give it for
No.
get our guy.
Right.
How you doing? My favorite part of the draft is just kind of seeing who's there and like if your predictions were, you know, as good as you thought they were going to be.
It's like a 2-point favor for us
on the
NFL chart.
Okay. Yeah, let me check it out and then I'll okay back. I think they want our guy.
They do.
So it has to be.
Let's go, Tep.
No matter what person you
muted
think you're
Tep,
going to
too.
draft,
They
you
muted
always
Tep.
feel like somebody else is going to take them because you get paranoid.
The Cleveland Browns have traded the second pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, there it is.
They traded 1, 2, and 4, and next year's 1 for 2, 4, and 6.
Then you got to figure the Browns are going to take a tackle. You know, nobody's has it stacked the same. So once we saw T-Mac there, obviously the excitement was there.
Because I heard they also like Mason Graham.
Good. Perfect. Either way.
With the 5th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Mason Graham.
You know, we had some trade discussions going on at the time, but I was kind of hoping that the trade would fall through because I really wanted to take T-Mac. O-line or tight end at 7, so our guy's going to be on.
Let's just hold off and see if the Rams call.
Yeah.
I'm wired, and you guys can see it on the blueprint video. Like, I want to trade up, I want to trade back. Like, I just want action. When Mason got picked, I knew we were going to have an opportunity to trade our pick. We had action.
It's kind of big for us. No pressure, though. It's fine. I'm fine.
So the Rams wanted to come up, and when you're coming up from that far, or you're moving that far back, the compensation becomes a lot trickier.
We're on the clock?
Yeah.
Do you know what you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something.
I do. No calls yet.
Oh, hang on.
There it is.
What's up, man?
Just sitting here. What do you got?
Before we went on the clock, before the draft even started on Thursday, like we had it figured out, like, okay, it's going to take this for us to move back to 26.
So it's, hang on, it's 8.
We're on the clock,
I was gonna get all the
Rams
details.
are asking, hey, do you guys want to do this trade?
All right, let me call you back. All right,
What did they say on their side?
We had a little bit of trade stuff going on that we were kind of working through. You know, they would have had to give us the moon for us to trade out of that spot.
It's still not the same deal we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was no different than free agency or even doing an extension. Like, I'm just following a script and a plan.
How does that compare with this one?
Yeah.
Would you do this right now?
Yeah. No.
You would?
Oh.
The one we offered?
Yeah.
Would you do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Either they do it or
Yeah.
we're just going to call it.
All right.
I like that.
We'll do the thing that Dan had proposed. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, they're talking it over.
Like, I could feel my heart
I like
pounding.
that, Dan.
Derek leaned
I
over
like
to me.
that,
He was
Dan.
like, this is like
You
a
move how we
multi-million-dollar
move.
decision for us. I'm like, okay, great, thank you.
There's 2 minutes left. You know, I remember looking up at the clock when he didn't get picked at 7 and he was there, like it was like, boom.
We already knew
Now it's
what
chilling.
we were going to do. It was just a question of what's it going to happen.
Hey. Okay, cool. All right, bye. They're out.
All right. See you, Matt.
Let's go.
Like it. Good Canales.
What's up, man? This
He
is
literally
Dan
pounded
Morgan
the
with the
table
Carolina
for his
Panthers.
guy.
Man, how you doing?
Hey, I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it, man. Let's get it. Let's go. Clap it up, man.
Hey, Nalo, this is Coach Canales. Speaking of Cowboys, let's go, man.
Hey, we bleed blue. Come on, Carson, let's do it.
Let's go. Hey, man, we're so excited, bro. I can't even tell you, man. This is
Shout out
awesome.
to Carson.
You put in the work. You deserve this moment. So I'm fired up to work with you, brother.
Yeah, I'm ready, man. I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity.
With the 8th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Tetairoa McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona.
T-Mac.
All right, let's do Ted.
Elite ball skills, great body control. You see him backing out from anybody, anything.
The playmaker, the difference maker just jumps off the tape. And then you get to meet the guy, and then you just fall in love with him there, too.
I absolutely love this one. Phenomenal talent.
Excellent pick. You want to help your quarterback? This is how you do it.
Let's score some touchdowns, Rob. What do you say?
Tetairoa McMillan, the wide receiver.
I knew they were going to take you.
That was supposed to be our pick.
He helps this team in a big way.
How you like that, Bryce?
Hey, Bryce, you're not getting a Christmas present now. You already got it, okay?
Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, the Cali connection is going to be something different, I promise.
He's got everything you want in a receiver, the body control, the vertical, everything you need.
Super competitive and passionate about what he does. So, yeah,
You want to push the details of this offense forward.
You're like big receivers. Come on, Rob. Let's go, man.
Here's.
Yeah, man, I just feel, just relieved. Just finally knowing what team I get to play for. Man, I'm just blessed. I'm super grateful for this opportunity. But that facility, they gave me nothing but good energy, good vibes, cool peoples. Definitely some of that people that I can mesh with. So I'm just looking forward to coming to Charlotte tomorrow and seeing everybody.
We know what you want to say, T-Mac. It's cool.
I feel like it was hitting me most last night when I saw everybody in my family wearing a hat. I was like, oh, damn. Like, we really got picked 8. I was like, we really going to Carolina. That's crazy. Me being the first, not only Polynesian, but the first person to put the lay on the commissioner, it's honestly a blessing. I'm super glad that we did it, and hopefully, we started training.
I wasn't out there for this part. I was out there for the other happy hour.
Sweetheart, welcome to the
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We're so happy to have you. We're so happy.
It's been surreal getting that phone call, walking up on stage, putting the hat on, to flying in this morning to Charlotte. I'm super grateful, super blessed just to be in the position I am, man, and I'm so thankful. I'm looking forward to catching the ball from Bryce, having one-on-one battles in practice with JC Horn. This is home, man, and shoot, I'm ready to get after it.
What's up, bro? Oh, appreciate you, man.
Come on, man.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Coach?
Welcome home, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Welcome home. Got some for you, too, little Carson style.
Oh, all right.
Nice.
Here we go.
Yeah.
That's dope touch.
Man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Oh, yeah. Oh, damn.
All right. Process.
That's the one. That's hard, boy. Yee. Y'all see this? It look right. Don't it look right? It's ooh. Oh, this hard, boy. Oh yeah, this the one, y'all. Got that foe on. Ooh. And I got my bro next to me.
My bro. They
What up, boy? How you
already
doing?
locked in.
You good, bro?
So happy. Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro.
So happy.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations, man.
Appreciate it, bro. Hey, how I look better than you when you when you came here today?
Nah, I'm playing, bro. You look fine.
How you doing though?
Bro, good, man.
You over here training and stuff?
Yeah, we just started. This was phase 1.
Oh, that's fire. Yeah, no, bro, I'm ready to get to it, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy.
Bro, I'm excited, man.
I'm ready to get to it.
Bro, it's gonna be.
We gotta do something this year.
Bro,
we gotta light it up.
There's a lot of good people, good dudes.
Yeah.
Charlotte's a good city. I'm excited for you to get to be around it.
I keep telling them, man, that Cali to Cali connection gonna be different.
Facts.
Oh, boy.
Man.
Good to see you. So I'll be out here soon, ready to get active. What up, bro? Come on, man. That's for you.
How you doing?
How you
It's
doing?
Good to have you, bro.
Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Looking clean, man.
I appreciate it.
How you feeling about everything?
I'm good, man.
Good.
Y'all ready for the second round today?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. Get some more ballers.
Yeah, I was about to say I need some teammates, man.
Yep.
I need some more teammates.
Yeah, we'll get you, man.
I like that.
We've got receivers, we've got edge rushers, we've got tight ends. There's a few running backs you're going to hear early on tonight. There are starters out there and plenty of them. So I love this portion of the draft, and in this draft particularly, this is where teams can really make some noise.
All right. See how these guys come off the board and go from there.
I think day 2, the initial feel is, hey, we got to get some pass rushers. We knew that there was the potential for us to double dip as well.
I'm going to say that Princely is going to be there with the
Called it.
Oh, yeah.
Called it.
Risk it. But I'm calling it. Yeah. I think it'll work itself out organically, but we'll see.
And it did. All right. And with the plan.
Here's the deal.
I love the command he has, bro.
Yeah, it's good.
Dave Tepper is an unbelievable resource to have in the draft room. He is a trader by nature.
What if we got in the 3rd round, Princely was still there, and we got 2 edge rushers? That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
To have him next to you, he's really there as a good sounding board, somebody that's really smart in his field of work, and somebody that, you can really bounce ideas off of from a business perspective.
Yeah, that'd be a good fit in the 3rd.
Sitting there with Mr. Tepper, Brand, and Coach Canales, like us 4 in a row. We enjoy being together and just kind of talking and working out scenarios, and it's part of the fun.
All right, we got a trade. We got a trade here. The Las Vegas Raiders have traded the 37th pick to the Miami Dolphins.
Excited that we drafted a good player at 8. I did feel that we had to do more for our defense.
So far, so good.
There y'all go. Y'all got your defensive.
So what are the odds right now?
Defender.
One of the
More defense.
To make it to our pick.
One of those 3 edge rushers. Yeah.
About 50-50.
Analytics.
50-50.
Eric Eager, Vice President of Football Analytics. He and Benny and Mike do really good work for us.
He does a great job, formulating all these mock drafts and probabilities on who's going to be there.
We're not making decisions based on the numbers that those guys are giving us. What we are doing is we're just understanding risk.
So what are the odds that one of those 2 guys gets to 85?
Put in all 4 of those guys and see what 85 is. All the defensive players on the board.
There's only one draft. So now we're just trying to make a risk assessment off of that. We're not saying like, oh, okay, well, we didn't get him, but next time we will. Like, no, we won't. If Nick Scorton goes before we're able to draft, we never get Nick.
With the 44th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Donovan Ezeraku, defensive end, Boston College.
So there's the first edge rusher. So
the edge
now
party
if the
going,
dominoes fall to
I remember that.
Who's edge guys?
I think if you feel a couple edge guys kind of coming off the board, which there was, we decided to trade up and go get our guy.
There's like this quote that I've heard it from Bill Polian. I don't know who else has said it. I'm sure a lot of people have said it, but it's let the board speak to you.
Come on, drift the receiver.
And there are times where you don't need to trade up, and you saw us take advantage of those opportunities in the later rounds where we just kind of let the players come to us. But when you have opportunities to get pass rushers that affect the game like Nick and like Princely, you can only sit on your hands for so long.
EJ looks good. I just want to check for EJ one more time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The first thing that jumps off the tape is how hard he plays. He's got the play style that you want. every play he's running to the ball, he's giving a maximum effort.
He just said he can score. And I know they like him. I know he's got a little bit more twitch in his body. So.
Yeah. We talk about the word passion. You know, it's a guy that you can see the passion just kind of jumping out on the tape.
He's one of my convictions.
Yep. So scoring in all positives, kid character-wise, been through a lot of adversity growing up, but you would never know it. You get the same message at both schools about this kid. He's all ball. You're going to love how he's wired. He's ultra competitive. See this guy be a really good addition to our team and our locker room.
He is going to be competitive. Like, some guys are trying to beat you. He wants to hurt the guy across from him. That's the way he wants to play.
You kind of get a little squeamish in your seat because you're like, man, I really want this guy. So yeah, when he kept falling a little bit, we were like, hey, let's go get our guy.
Now we're starting to. Yeah, now it's when we got to think about. Let's get our guy. Should we do it?
I would take him, to me, maybe day one, he's behind Pat Jones. I think he's got the ability to become a starter for us.
Owen scored. I like the way he's trending. I felt the most just edge juice out of him. The athlete, the bend, the corner turn.
When JT and Ezraku were selected, it did create some urgency to trade up for Nick. And so that's when we knew, all right, we got to work our way up here and find the right trade that works for us so that we can maintain our 2025 draft.
Hey, what's up?
Would you guys be interested in moving back?
He's on the phone. He's on the phone with you right now.
I sent John a text with a trade offer. I was curious if you guys were interested in it.
Really, I'd rather not do the straight up pick, 114, you know? Especially we got 2 edge rushers left on the board.
Let me call you right back. Okay.
You see Dan's play style come out during the draft.
So you're saying 114? I'll circle back with you once we kind of see if our guys there or not.
You know, I think it's just a feel.
He's reading his keys and he sees the hole and he takes it. And he's very clear on what he wants.
Okay, well, he's going to call me back.
I like it. Yeah, Dan really, he is really locked in,
Denver?
bro.
Denver's we've got a good trade out to Denver, too.
Yeah, call Denver.
You're on the clock. Okay. Cool. All right, we're good. All right, cool. Thanks, Rich. Bye.
Yeah.
Is that done?
Yeah, it's done.
Let's go.
Yeah, what's up with the Jermaine? Oh, man.
Our fans are going to be excited.
Jack with the goal was in tune, but you know y'all want to edge.
You get your lead because of that.
What do you weigh right now?
I'm at 270. Damn. Yes, sir. I've always been able to.
Look 270.
Sophomore, I got a new strength coach, man. He got me big. Like, I had big legs, but I wasn't feeling up top yet, man. And he, worked me out. I was moving around well, and they had no problem with it.
I got no problem when you can run like that.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate it.
He's a guy that we felt really good about. We actually had a first-round grade on him.
Really, it's about price. What is it going to cost us to get up? And again, understanding, like, what are we giving up on our board to move up and get this player? For Princely, the price was right where we got him.
Walking away with
You still have your 2-4s
tonight.
You still have your 2-4s. You have 2-5s.
Trading up to get Princely, kind of the same thing with Nick. We felt like it was a prime opportunity for us to trade up, get 2 of the best that we felt were 2 of the best edge guys in the class.
If you want Princely, we got to.
Yeah, we got to. Let's just go. Let's get him.
Yeah, we got to jump Tampa Bay. I like that.
He said,
the ops. Get in front of the
Phil
ops.
Come up, it would be for 114. But did St. Fran City.
They want more.
So you talk to Kansas City again, Brian? They don't
Yeah,
really
homies.
keep their pick?
They're picking.
With their 3-3s?
It feels like we should just stay patient.
Look at Dan, bro.
Where's Elliot?
My boy Dan cooking, bro.
What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Is your guy still available as far as you know?
Yeah, he is. Yep.
Okay. All right. So I think we would consider moving here.
Okay.
I'll call you when we're on the clock.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Thanks.
They call us.
Okay, what are the odds that one of those two guys gets to 85? 41%.
Eager with the 40 with the analytics. Yo, this is a well-oiled machine, bro. I like this.
I don't think I got that mock draft scenario one time. Like, I didn't think it was possible that we could get T-Mac, Scorpion, and Princely, 1, 2, 3.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
We good?
77 for 85 and 146.
Correct.
Okay.
We'll call it in.
The speed that he brings off the edge, his ability to bend. He's got a wicked spin move. He can do a lot of cool things.
He was sticking on the board like a sore thumb, and so we just went up and got him as well.
With the 77th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Princely McMillan.
Why y'all take so long, man?
Yeah, there you go. Hey, I'm going to pass you off to our owner, Mr. Tepper.
Hey, Princely, how you doing?
I'm going to have to break y'all pockets in like 3-4 years.
Ooh, I like that energy.
We didn't want to miss that opportunity.
Break the pockets in 3-4
and we went up
years.
and got him, and, thank God we did.
I'm loving that Dan Morgan is cooking, and look at what we got. So this draft, oh my gosh.
I am liking
What Dan Morgan and Dave Canales is building here in Carolina. Shout out to Dan Morgan.
Uh-oh.
We in the building.
Send him.
Okay, Dan Morgan.
We in the building.
What you did.
Dan Morgan has been cooking so far. He has been locked, loaded, and
We in the
focused
building.
on this draft.
Dan Morgan, I appreciate everything you're doing for the Carolinas. I see the vision.
Easy A+, my favorite class in the entire league.
Hey, I'm cooking here. Stop doubting this man.
Nick Scorton and Princely were they were going in the first round. That's how good a talent they are. Dan Morgan absolutely cooked today.
I try not to look at a lot of that. I have people send me stuff, but don't give me the credit. Like,
Nah,
I don't
Dan, you
want
cooking,
the
bro.
attention. I just want to do
you
the
cooking,
work
dog.
and go have fun and win football games.
All right. You guys ready to go home? It's a good night. It's good. Really good night.
Woke up on day 3, and I texted Dan and Dave, and I asked them, who are the players who we would take over Trevor Etienne? And there weren't many.
How many of those teams
high on
need
the team,
running
bro. I
backs?
hope that pays off. That's the only pick I question,
He's
bro.
a good returner and a solid back. We like him. And he may be there. I don't want to force it either.
One of those safeties will be there 122.
Okay. Let's just see this. If they're both on the board, when we're picking, let's just roll the dice. Go with the numbers. Hopefully our guys there.
You want to go best player. And the great thing about the analytical tools that we have is we were able to understand there are pockets of the draft where there are going to be good players at different positions available. So how do we best navigate the whole draft?
How many teams?
This one, 114.
In between 114 and 122 need a safety.
What are both safeties at 122 together?
Ransom's about a coin flip.
It was like
Bro,
95%.
I want to be that guy, but and you got like a 50% chance here. Yo, I want to be that dude.
We had our eyes on a couple safeties that we like, but when you're looking at your board and, a guy's kind of standing out like Trevor was, you have to follow your board.
Let's just draft the best players. That's what we said.
BPA.
That's just my feeling.
Cool. I'm with it.
Damn, bro, he got
All right,
the
let's
command, bro.
start with the running backs.
We got to figure out where Etienne's going to go.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that would be interesting to see. Because he'd be a freaking great pick.
Through football, I learned so much, and it's done so much for my family, and that's really a big reason why I love the game. Running the ball came natural. I watched my brother do it. We watched a lot of Leonard Fournette, those guys growing up.
The pick that the Cowboys would have had here, but instead went to Carolina, and it's Trevor Etienne, the running back out of Georgia. Good feel, good vision. He's elusive in space. And obviously his brother plays for Jacksonville. And yes, Carolina and Jacksonville do play each other in 2025.
We're lucky that we got the running back because it's going on the run now.
We got Trevor Etienne, and then we got Lathan Ransom, two guys that we were really high on.
You know what's cool about Lathan? Yeah. National champ.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, we're excited to get you up here, man. Get to work.
I'm ready to get to work.
All right, man.
In our eyes, it couldn't have went too much better than what it did. Going through all the scenarios and guys that we thought we were going to be able to get as opposed to who we got, I think we were all like ecstatic.
I felt like things were going well, yeah.
We got a lot of names on the board. We got 3 picks left. How are we going to pick 3 guys from this list of players?
Easy.
He's like Bobby.
And he can play 4 guys, he can play 5.
With the 140th pick, the Carolina Panthers select Cam Jackson.
Man, that looks a whole lot better.
What's him?
Depth chart.
Cool.
It's a big
Yeah, bro.
We were able to get,
like
Mitchell
that.
Evans there in the 5th round, Cam Jackson there in the 5th
Mitchell
round,
Evans.
guys that we thought a lot higher of than where we actually drafted them.
All right, how many people with you over there?
Oh gosh, 20, 30?
You excited?
Oh my God, you don't even know. I'm pumped. Brother,
Great.
get the most out of me every single freaking day, so I'm ready.
I believe that.
Good job, bud.
Shout out to Mitchell Evans, man. I like that pick.
One more.
You think about Horn, Jimmy Horn. I mean, he fits like the DNA.
DNA.
Tough. Yeah.
How'd it go?
Little Miami personality on the team. I'd rather
Miami
call
personality?
Jimmy Horn.
What that mean?
I know that kid's going to be fired up. And he's going to give you everything out of
Florida, but I'll take it.
And he's fast. That's who I'm convicted on. That's who I'm convicted on. This will be awesome.
Hello.
Hey, Jimmy.
What's up?
What's up, man? This is Dan Morgan with the Carolina Panthers.
When you see the totality of a draft, you see all of the organization coming together to bring players onto our team.
Hey, we're going to take you here at pick 208, all right?
Okay. Yeah, guess Lord. What's done already?
Let's go, man.
That starts with the scouts who are doing it in August when we're at training camp, and they're doing it in November when we're in Germany. They're always working to find players that will make our roster better.
How'd it go, bud? You nervous?
Notes? Conference.
Oh, are you Jimmy Horn's guy?
I am.
Just
Talk
do
slower.
this. Think of what you would normally do and do the exact opposite. Do not be yourself.
Breathe and talk slower than you think.
Third year in Carolina, third draft. It's just each year's special in its own way, and I was just super excited for this year just to be a part of it.
Our scouts make this whole process go. They're the ones who are on the road for 150 nights a year.
So many hours away from their families, so many hours in hotel rooms, and
Driving 3 to 4 hours a day to understand who these players are and how they'll fit on our roster.
a really good scouting group, a group that I'm like really proud of, and we couldn't do it without them.
Shout out to
Scouts
Eric.
crushed it.
Nice job, guys.
Yeah.
Successful.
Right there. He going now.
Hey, thanks, Dave. It's fun.
I'm excited about the players who we drafted. It's fun to talk about all this stuff, but at the end of the day, it's on the players.
Every year we have this opportunity to go in there and to challenge our roster. We got guys that fit our culture and the play style that we're looking for.
All right, though, man. Feels good to be here, man. I'm ready to go.
With our draft class this year, you feel really good, the initial feeling, but then the players got to go out there. They got to make the plays. They got to do their part. We all got to put the work in. If we're not going to put the work in, the results aren't going to come.
The grind starts now. It's only the beginning, and shit, I'm ready to get after it. Hello, how you doing?
The work's never done. We're never one player away or 2 players away. We're never satisfied. We're never going to be satisfied. At the end of the day, we'll see where the chips fall. And, I think if we do put the work in, I think those chips will fall in a good way.
Dope, man. Well done. Well done. Another banger. Another banger, bro. Another banger. Shout out to the Panthers, man. Very well done. Very well done.
The grind starts now.
They put us on that credit list. I ain't see us. Hold on, let me go back.
Working.
I ain't see us.
If we're not going to put the work in,
I ain't
the
see us. We
results.
was in there though. Let me see. I ain't see us, dog. Oh, there it is. Oh no, I was on. That was from our last. So they did give me the credit via our last. Shout out to our lads, man. But yeah, good stuff, man. Again, dope. I knew we was gonna get up there. Matter of fact, the daggone producer of the Blueprint hit me up on Instagram. So they hit me up. So I knew we was gonna be on there, but that wasn't our show. So I don't know why he hit me up. They went through our last to get the clip, but that was dope. They gave me the shout out. Even though they didn't have to because I wasn't on it, but that was dope. Man. Salute to the Panthers, man. I thought, we started to mend our relationship a little bit. You know what I mean? So shout out to the bridge I almost burnt. You know what I mean? But we good, man. Shout out to the Panthers. Good job. Good job. Well done. They always do the blueprint. Very well. So I can't even hate. There. Let me see. Again, man, I mean, bro, like if you want to talk about this episode, bro, for what jumped off the page for me was the command. And I know it was clipped up, bro. They spent hours in the draft room, and I'm sure it was clipped up in a way to make, and it may not have been, I don't know, but just the way that that Dan Morgan commanded that room. There were several instances where he was like, nah, we're not doing that. They move how we want to do with the trade. He's like, nah, we're not taking what they either gonna go what we offering or they're not gonna do it at all. So it was dope. It was dope to see him. Hey, I want Jimmy Horn. Like, I think that's gonna be a good pick and standing on it. Like, it was real dope to see that. And it was real dope to see also how the analytics work, how Eric Eager's portion, because we heard, I always throw this book around. I always keep it close by. I love this hire. Y'all know I'm an analytical guy. I like the analytics, and it was good to see him jump in. I mean, just off the cuff, like, hey, what's the percentage of he XYZ gonna be there? Oh, 40%. Like, that was dope, bro. That was dope. I really like the operations behind that, man. It was I can imagine being a fly on the wall in the room as they're picking these guys, man. It was great. Even with, and shout out to Tepper, bro. I mean, just having him in there. And especially with the trades, like the trade scenarios, like we haven't lost any trades, and I think that's where David Tepper shines, right? We have not lost any trade. You can't look at a trade scenario and be like, "Yo, we got hoodwinked, we got swindled." It hasn't happened, bro. We did well when it comes to trading up and trading back. We did a good job, and I think that's where Tepper shines. That's where his input is needed. And even the things that he said in there, I can't go in there. There's nothing that he said that was like, yo, get this man out of here. What is he talking about? So I got to give Tepper, bro. I got to give Tepper his props, bro. Listen, I'm going to always keep it a buck, bro. When you're doing bad, I'm going to let you know. But when things are going in the right direction, I got to give him props. And then shout to Nicole Tepper. Nicole, they know, it's like they are now cognizant, their ears into the streets. Nicole Tepper, hey, our fans are going to like that pick. We're talking about Scorton and Princely. Our fans are going to like that because they know we need an edge. Like, these are things that Tepper wouldn't, and Nicole personally, it doesn't feel like they were in tune with these types of conversations. But now they know what's going on. It appears, right? It appears that even the way this was cut and edited, and the way Tepper was speaking, it was nothing out there that made Tepper seem like he was overbearing. And even there was one clip in there that I saw. Hey, if that's what you like, then go for it. It's almost like Dave, my co-host Dave, during the daggone mock drafts, take him. Just take him. That's what Dave says. Just take him. Just take him. That was David Tepper in the draft room. If that's what you like, go for it. Like, it was dope. That's good to see, man. And listen, like I said, bro, I'm always gonna keep it a buck. If you're doing bad, I'm gonna tell you. If you're performing terribly, I'm gonna tell you. But Tep, he's got his guys. He's letting them cook. Dan Morgan had that command of that room, and I never felt like Dan Morgan was secondary to David Tepper. With the way that was cut, I never felt like Dan Morgan yielded to what David Tepper said. It was always, and that could have always been the case, but it just was more apparent. Dan Morgan clearly had the command in the room, and even Canales was just chilling, bro. Like Canales was just clapping it. Canales, he was just like just there. You know what I mean? So like, it was Dan Morgan's time to shine. It was the Dan Morgan Brant Tiller show, and it was a great job. Great job. So salute to David Tepper. If nobody else is gonna give you props, Mr. Tepper, I'm gonna give you your props because I was on a mission to it was going down bad. The March on Mint was gonna happen. We was heading in a bad direction, and we had to step back shirts. But I might even have to make another shirt that says props to Tepper. I might have to reverse my wrongs and say props to well, not wrongs, because it was right at the time. But I might have to reverse what we were saying and say props to Tepper, bro. Props to Tep, man. I gotta give him his props. A couple super chats. Mr. Exclusive 7 says, congrats on the shout out, man. I appreciate that. I knew it was coming. I knew it. They hit me up last week and said we got a clip, so I appreciate that. And then Marquise, maybe Tep trust Dan and didn't trust the last guy. Maybe Marquise. Maybe you cooking. You could be right. You could be right. Maybe you're absolutely right. Whatever it is, you gotta let them cook. Let them cook. They stuck to their guns. They didn't reach. There were several times in the show. Hey, Dan was like, "Yo, let's just sit back. Let's chill. Let's just wait it out. We're gonna get our guys." It was dope. It was dope. Now, see, this is too far. This is step up. No, we don't want to go that far. We just want you to stay right where you at. We don't need you stepped back, and we just need you to stay right there. Like, we don't need you to do anything else. Just stay right there. Stay right there. A-Cash says, Mr. Analytics, what are the chances of us finally getting Tep on the pod? I say we probably got a 10% chance. That's up from the 0% chance last. I'll try. I mean, I'll try, bro. Like, listen, I'm never afraid to ask, bro. What's worst he could say is no. Worst he could say is no. I'm gonna give us a 9.8% chance of getting Tep on the pod. That's funny though. That's funny, A-Cash. 9.8. Let me fix my algorithm. Half stepping. We just need him stay right where he at. No stepping up, no stepping back. Just stay right there. Stay right there where you at. Just stay right there. It's a good. We haven't really heard his last misstep. See what I did there? His last misstep was when he pulled up on your boy at the restaurant. That's the last time we really heard any bad news from him. That was years ago. So he's doing great, bro. He's great. He's great, man. He's doing a good job. So I got to give him his props. Got to give him his props. Again, kudos to the Panthers. Shout out to the Panthers for putting us on the blueprint. I love the blueprint. To me, the blueprint is the best production that they have. And to have one of their producers reach out to have us on this, even though it was a little few second clip, that was dope. And I'm glad it happened. So I appreciate the shout out. That helps. Getting that little credit does wonders for our little channel. We're trying to get to 25,000. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, help us get 25K. So anything helps, and we appreciate that. We appreciate that. I mean, they watch, and we know they watch. They watch everybody. You know, shout out to Panthers Post. He was up there. Shout out to What's Up, Doug. He was up there. It was a couple folk was up there, man. Shout out to everybody. And that's what I like to see, man. All the creators getting their shine. Just do things the right way. And think good things will come, bro. I'm happy that I was able to collaborate with a lot of these folks that are now getting to shine, man. I try to pull guys up as I go up. You know what I mean? We try to pull guys, the smaller creator. I might, you know what? I've been thinking about it too, bro. I've been thinking about I know I haven't done a round table in a long, long time. I'm not gonna do a round table with the big creators. Shout out to Dunk, shout out to all those guys. But you know, I'm gonna take a little bit of Streamer University. You know what I mean? Shout out to Castanat, what he did. I may pull up some smaller creators and do a little round table with them, bro. I may do that, man. I may do that. I know I haven't done one in a long time, so I may do that for the smaller creators, bro, because they be cooking too, bro. It's a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work, man. Salute to everybody. Shout out to Dunk. Shout out to Pat. Shout out to C3. Shout out to all them. But I'm gonna focus on the like 1,000 sub and under group. You know what I mean? 1,000 under. Let them get a little bit of shine. You know what I mean? So I may do that. But salute to the Panthers, man. Salute to the Panthers for putting a little light on your boys. A little bit of light. But anyway, that's all I got. I don't want to give away all my content. I do plan to go live tomorrow because Dave is not on the show tonight. So we will still go live tomorrow. We'll put together a show. I don't know what we're going to be talking about, to be honest with you, but we will be talking about something. So with that said, man, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, all that stuff. Hit that sub button. Tell a friend to sub. Any Panthers fans you know, tell them to pull up P&P 25K. We on the way. Did I miss super chat? Did I? One more super chat. Yeah, one more. My bad. Shout out to A-Cash. Dave got the pick with Tep, right? He got a couple picks with Tep, actually. He got a couple with him. Maybe he can ask for you. He owes you for that DJ incident anyway. Yeah, maybe. Dave got a couple picks with Dave. He got 2 that I know of. One at the Patriots joint practice, and then one when we were in Germany. He got a pick with Dave, Mr. Tepper from Germany. But anyway. All right. Here comes the hot. Oh, I like that one. But that might encourage him to step back up. We don't want to give him too much. I do like this one, though. I do like this one. I ain't going to lie. I like that one. I do like that one. But that might encourage him to step back up, bro. So we're going to chill. Bro. We're going to chill. But anyway, like I said, make sure that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, all that good stuff. I will holler at y'all tomorrow. Every Tuesday, unless we say otherwise, we're going live 8 o'clock. We up out of here. Peace.